So, Elliot, so yours is Jose top? I can't actually remember.
No. Fergie 1, Pep 2, Mourinho 3.
Rhyss, do you want to say anything about Jose? Because I don't know if I've got the energy to just lay into Jose.
We've talked about him before. I knew he was going to get mentioned, and then we'd spend about half hour. But I'm happy to move on.
Let me sum up then for my Jose. Then I won't say any more. If it was Jose Mourinho, maybe 5 years ago, after he'd won the title again with Chelsea, I'd probably agree with you. But now, after falling out with a doctor at Chelsea and picking fights with everyone at Chelsea, then coming to United, yes, he won the League Cup and the Europa League. Then he started picking fights with everyone at United and exit, blah, 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 and blaming everyone else but himself, then leaving a stain, then leaving Man United. It's just his whole aura. His tactics are so outdated. You know, watching him at my club for 3 years nearly, and the way the team played, oh my God, it was awful. It was just dreadful. And that's why we got beaten heavily so many times by the top teams, because they'd all evolved. I think, like I said, if you'd asked me 5 years ago, yes, I'd agree he was still the top manager. If you ask me now, I'd say no. Because I think if you've got 5 managers, Jose, Ancelotti, Pep, Thomas Tuchel, and Klopp. Oh, isn't that nice? I think. Hello. And I think if you've got all those managers ready, I think Jose's probably bottom of your list. That's just my view. Rhyss?
Yeah.
Oh,
you've pretty much.
And Poch. And Rhyss?
Personally, I think there are better managers in today's society that you could have chosen.
Are you going to sum up in 2 minutes, not 10?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Pretty much all I'm going to say is there are other managers that you could have chosen that could have been better, such as Pochettino and other managers like Carlo Ancelotti, Jurgen Klopp,
Duncan
and all that.
Ferguson.
But I'm thinking about
Duncan Ferguson.
My lifetime.
That's a class one.
It's what my, No, I'm saying that. Carry on.
I just think that he's just stuck with the same thing and it just hasn't worked at all. He needs to change stuff up, personally.
Which I don't disagree with. I don't disagree with that.
That's all I've got to say. Like he sticks with the same thing too much. He needs to change his tactics up.
He's just never happy with anything. Everything's a moan. I just think, Elliot, after I can tell you when the downfall will start, and it'll be pre-season. He's very well known for moaning about something in pre-season. So have your pre-season, and let's see what mood he's in.
Yeah. Well, for me, just I guess to sum up, I understand that, and I understand his left stains and stuff. But as a kid growing up, the teams that were winning, Man United under Fergie, obviously, Chelsea had a dominant phase. Mourinho was there. Obviously, Pep was at Barcelona, and then he went to Bayern and did the exact same thing. So that's what I've based it on. I haven't based it on, like, right now, I don't think he's in the top best 3 managers, but of all time, which is what we're basing this on, because Fergie's in there, obviously. Yeah. But no, I understand.
All right, let's move on.
It's not everyone's kettle of fish, but yeah, I'm happy to move on.
Because otherwise we could be talking all day about Jose.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think we need a Jose jar.
Oh,
for this.
Don't, I'll be skint. And a Declan Rice.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And a Henderson.
You'll be skint.
All right. I'm going to go
with anti-Liverpool.
Rhyss, mate, calm down. Okay, next one. I think we go for Elliot's topic. Rhyss, we might not have time for yours.
That's all right.
Unfortunately, my wife wants me to go to Lidl and get some gardening stuff. Okay.
That's all right. We can do my next episode.
That's fine. Ooh. Why don't you be the lead on the next episode?
The next episode.
God, it'd be about 3 hours long. Anyway, so all right.
Well, to be fair, it depends. We can make this quick. Name them.
We'll see. We'll see how we get on.
Yeah. So
all right.
I chose 5. I've chosen 5. We can do 5 if you want to do 5 or 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you want to do 3? Because I've not actually thought of 5. I've thought of 3.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do 3. Of like the stadiums we've most liked to visit. like all over the world, not necessarily like just in England. As discovered yesterday, I'm not very well travelled in terms of my football stadiums.
Oh dear.
So, do you want me to go first with my?
Oh, do you know what? Do you want to do 5? Because I can think of it on the spot.
I can do. I mean, I've written down
Yeah.
5. They're not in
Go on,
necessarily like an order, but
Is it
We'll do
ones that
five.
we have not yet visited?
yes, Rhyss.
All right, cool. I didn't hear first time. All right,
Oh
so
my god.
Yeah. So, 5 stadiums we'd like to go to.
All right.
I mean, the very first one for me, I haven't even been to Spurs' new ground yet. I need to go there. I want to go there. I think it's what I've heard. I know people have been. They said it's absolutely amazing. So for me, that would probably be the very top of my list. But yeah, I think would be amazing just to see it. And then my other next 4 aren't in any sort of order. I've put down the Allianz Arena, Bayern
I've been
Munich.
there. I've been there.
Like aesthetically, it looks nice. It's a successful club. I imagine there's lots of history behind the club, I can imagine. Yeah, and I think I've been told about German football like atmospheres, and it sounds crazy.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily think I would like it, but I would love to experience it. But it's one of those things. I think I would say I won't like it now, but when I've experienced it, it might change.
Mhm.
The next 2 I've gone are both in Spain. The 2 we talked about yesterday, the Bernabeu and the Nou Camp.
Yep.
So two of the biggest clubs in Spain. 2 very successful clubs again with lots of history. Yeah, I wouldn't even care if it was one of them or both of them, but I would love to visit them both eventually. And then my last one is the San Siro. So I've covered 4 countries there. I think, again, not necessarily now, like the Italian dominance in Europe within the San Siro, but that San Siro has been the stage of so many historic games for Milan. Yeah, I think it would be very, very interesting to go and watch a game of Italian football, which has been there's been a bit of scrutiny around Italian football as of the last few years, but
Yep.
I think it would be awesome to go and visit there. So yeah, that's my 5.
I wouldn't argue with any of them. I could definitely say that I've been to 3 of them that you said. I've been to the Nou Camp, Bernabeu, and Allianz. I could tell you all 3 of them are fantastic. But I think I said yesterday, the Bernabeu is my standout out of them 3. Yeah. Rhys, you want to go or shall I go?
I'll go.
Oh, God.
Hang
on, Rhys.
I would go with.
I'm just putting my seatbelt on because you are going to. There you go. Seatbelts on because it's going to be a while. Go.
All right, so my first one would be Borussia Dortmund Stadium. Reason being for that, like their atmosphere is incredible and the yellow wall pretty much. I'd love to go see that. And the way they play is quite, what's the correct word for it? Exciting.
Oh, God.
I'd like. Next one would be the Nou Camp and the Bernabeu. So those are my next 2. They're as Elliot said, the 2 biggest clubs in Spain. Really well, and they're the biggest clubs in Spain for a reason. They're just different class above everyone else. I'd like to go to either the San Siro or Roma Stadium.
Which one?
No,
or both. So that's 5.
We'll go Roma, mainly because there's a lot of history behind it. A stadium, and overall they're a class team with good squad with them as well, with Chris Smalling at the back and others. This is so unplanned. And my last one is PSG Stadium, mainly because of the players that they have in the squad at this time, like Neymar, Mbappe, Ander Herrera, Areola, etc. So the best players in the positions that they are. So I'd like just to go down there just to watch a game, see like how they play up against. Yes, probably not the strongest opposition, but how they would play against them pretty much. And that's pretty much my 5.
Oh, sorry, I was sleeping my eyes open. Well done. What are you doing? Well done, Rhyss.
Cheers, that was so bad, but thank you.
It's because you talk so slow. Anyway, my top 5, very simple. So, I would love to go to the San Siro, mainly because I think it's such a historic stadium. I think you touched on it right as well, Elliot. So many big games there. I think when you think of top 5 traditional European stadiums in the world, San Siro is up there. So I want to go to it before it's knocked down, because I think Inter are thinking about getting a new stadium. So I would like to go there before it's knocked down. Not necessarily bothered about going to a game. It's more just going to do the tour and having a look at it. And also, I would love to go to Milan as a city. So, second one, I'm just trying to think. Oh, PSG. I agree with you, Rhyss. I'd love to go and do the Parc des Princes, because I think with the team that they're building, I think that's going to be quite iconic, and it's quite close to us. Straight jump to Paris. So yeah, I'd love to do that one. That's 2. You'd be surprised by one of them. I actually want to do to Spurs' new ground. I think it's probably the best in Europe, unfortunately, painfully. But yeah, I would.
You said it.
No, not the team, the stadium. But I would. Yeah, I'd love to.
I'm happy with that.
I'd love to go and have a look at that. I've unfortunately got 6. I just realised I should have put in another one. Am I all right to have one more?
I need it. Yeah, I need to add another. I think you're going to say one of the ones I was going to say. I need to say.
How many have I done? 3. Okay, so my other
3.
one is I'd love to see Atletico Madrid's new stadium, the Wanda or whatever it's called. I think that's just, when you look at pictures, that's unreal. So I'd love to go and have a look at that and compare that to the Bernabeu. 5th one is a bit out there, completely different. I'd love to go and look at Benfica's Stadium of Light stadium. That, if you Google, I don't know if you've seen it. If you Google it, that looks really impressive. Benfica, another traditional club in Europe, Portuguese. So I'd love to go and have a look at that. Also in Lisbon, and I'd love to go to Lisbon as a city. And then the last one is completely off field, which you would have never thought and have guessed. Obviously, my uncle lives in Washington, so I'd love to go and see DC United's Audi Field. It's brand new; they've only had it a year, so I would love to go and have a look at Audi Field compared to their old stadium. So they would be my 6 at the moment.
Yeah, to be fair, you haven't said the one I thought you was going to say. One I would like to add is the Johan Cruyff Arena.
I've been there.
Okay.
So
I didn't.
I've been there. So
I know we mentioned it yesterday.
I've been
I know
there.
a few people who have been there, and I've seen the pictures, and it's insane.
No, it's good.
And another one, the Atlanta, I think it is, with the red, like the red and black, looks insane.
I'm not too fussed
I think it'll be
about
so
that one.
good. I think it will look amazing.
I'm not that surprised you actually chose DC United, to be fair.
Oh, of course you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm surprised you chose the Spurs one, to be fair to you, and Benfica.
For the experience.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of big traditional European clubs, really, with traditional stadiums would be my word. I'm not too bothered about going to Dortmund because I've been to the Bayern Munich one, so I'm not really too fussed about that. But yeah, I'd love to go to Benfica's. I would love to go to Porto's one as well.
Porto's a good shout.
But yeah, I think that was quite quick. That was quite good. I quite enjoyed that one.
It'd be nice and speedy.
Yeah, that was good. How long have we got left?
Like 20 minutes.
Do you want to do Rhyss's one?
Yeah.
What was Rhyss's topic? You can.
If you could change one football moment, what would it be? So should we do it then?
Like ever or like
in your lifetime?
Oh God.
Mine's relatively simple.
Do you know what? I'm going to go for 1. I could have 5 or 6. But
I've got one.
I'm just going to pick the first one that came to my head.
2018 World Cup semi-final, England versus Croatia.
I was going to pick that.
Telling Kane to square it across to Sterling.
Yeah. Why is he not squaring that ball?
That.
Reason for that.
I thought you were going to pick an Everton moment. That's what I thought this question was about.
No.
Oh, and you're on that bandwagon.
I mean, you're
I
anti-England.
reckon that's 4
so
or 5 times I mentioned already in the last 2 weeks.
Did you hear that, Elliot? Rhyss has just had a shot.
No, I didn't know what he said. I didn't know what he said.
You're anti-England, mate, so it wouldn't really apply to you, would it?
Okay. Yeah, of course I am.
Rhyss! Shots have been fired.
Anyway, if Kane would have squared that, we would be 2-0 up.
Yeah.
And even though 2-0 is quite a dangerous scoreline, Croatia wouldn't have got back into it, because at the end result, at 90 minutes, it was 1-1, because Perisic scored that volley or something, whatever it was, inside the box. So if we were...
He should have squared it. God knows why he didn't square that ball. But
if we would have scored that, we would have been in the final, I believe.
But then it would have been our luck that he'd have squared it and changed history, and Sterling would have put it over the bar. Or he would have fallen over or something.
There was more of a chance of him scoring than what Kane was, because Subasic was coming out, creating less space for Kane to shoot. And Sterling was on the right-hand side free, ready for an open goal. And
I still think he should have scored anyway. I get what you're saying. He probably should have.
Yeah.
But for me, he should have scored anyway. And when he saved it, it fell from the angle was slightly against him, and I think he hit the post. If I'm right,
he hit the post, and then it came off Subasic's foot.
So for me, he should have scored that anyway, and I get it. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay.
I think we can all agree then he should have squared it.
Yeah.
You just said that he should have squared
not fully
it.
agree.
That'd be my top.
No, I understand, but as a striker in that position, he should have scored. That's what I'm saying. He should have scored.
Yeah.
Right, but
so if you picture this, then if Harry Kane is through on goal, same sort of scenario.
Yeah.
And Dele Alli is right across where Sterling would be, and this is to win the league. It's 1-1 against United, who need a point to win the league.
Of course, you put us in it.
Well, I'm not going to put my team in that.
For me, it doesn't. For me, Harry Kane is the best striker in England. He should score anyway. No matter if there's a player there or not, he should score. That's my argument for it. I fully get that he could pass it, but for me, he should score anyway.
He should score, but the better option was to
exactly
square it. But he should have been a team player and squared it.
Because he wanted to go for that golden boot because he knew he was getting caught up by the players.
What a shit, poor excuse that is. That's poor.
No.
All right, let's all agree then. He should have squared it, but Elliot's subtitle to that is he should have scored.
He should have scored.
He's back in his own player.
He should have scored.
Should have scored, but preferably should have squared it.
Yeah. Is that the one you went for, Jamie, as well?
I was going to, but now I'm going to change it. Do you want to go, Elliot, or should I go?
Yeah. The first one that came to my head was, and I'm not saying we would have won the Champions League if this wouldn't have happened, but the handball decision in that final within 3 minutes was, for me, it was really harsh.
That was atrocious.
Yeah, it was a very soft.
So are you agreeing with me that it wasn't a penalty?
Completely, 100 billion% agree with you, and not just because I'm a United fan, but because it was a joke.
Yeah, for me, and then at the time I was watching it in a flat full of Liverpool fans. It just ruined the whole game for me from that moment, and I knew from that moment we weren't going to get back in it.
It was awful. It absolutely ruined the game, and I agree with you with that.
That is possibly one of the worst nights I've had. We were all planning, no matter what the result was, if it was a good game, we were all going out afterwards. As soon as that happened, as soon as the game finished, I left and I went home. Like, for me, and as I said, I don't think it would have, I'm not saying that we would have won the Champions League if that wouldn't have happened, but the game would have been so different, I think, if that wouldn't have happened straight like that.
But then I think Kane
Mm.
shouldn't have started because he wasn't fit enough. I think Moura should have started.
Mora,
I
especially
believe
considering what he
Kane
done
should
in the
have played,
semi-final.
but Moura should have also played.
I think it was an absolute criminal that Moura didn't start, considering what he did
Yeah.
to get you there.
I agree, but I think Kane's got to play, but you don't replace him for Moura. I think Moura plays maybe instead of Dele or Ericsson.
Yeah, he probably should have played it ahead of Dele because Dele's form
Dele Alli.
was woeful as well.
Yeah, he had a poor season.
Ericsson's is slightly
I
better.
don't disagree with that.
Hence why he doesn't go to the Euros. That's a different argument.
Based on last year, no.
Oh dear. No,
Yeah, so for me, it's that. It's the first one that comes to my head anyway.
I completely agree with you, Elliot. Absolutely 100 billion% agree with you. That penalty decision. I was actually at my father-in-law's with my family watching it. Obviously, me being a United fan was hoping and praying that Tottenham would win it. But that penalty decision was a complete and utter joke and absolutely ruined the game. It was a disaster. It was a joke.
Yeah. The worst bit was, I think, obviously, there was a penalty in the United PSG game. So as soon as that happened in the final, I knew they were going to give it a penalty.
Honestly,
I just knew.
It was a complete and utter joke, that was. It really was. But no, I actually agree with you on that for the first time.
Thank you.
Not many things we agree on, but I agree with you on that. That was a disaster. All right, mine is going to be, and you might laugh at this, but I haven't got too many things to disagree with or change as a United fan because we've been quite blessed with success. Apart from
I have a feeling what you might say.
All right, leave it a minute.
I'm waiting.
Apart from Sir Alex leaving, and obviously we've still had success with a few trophies after Sir Alex leaving. I was going to go with the appointment of David Moyes because that was an absolute disaster, and it should have gone to Ancelotti or Klopp. So that was a complete and utter disaster. God knows what the thinking of that was. Really don't know. When you appoint a manager who's won nothing, and then he comes in to manage players who have won everything, that's just a disaster. But
I'm
instead,
glad you took him off us.
You what? Sorry.
I'm glad you took him off us.
No, what a load of rubbish, Rhyss. Anyway,
Mate, that's what I said. No, go on.
Anyway, I'm going to go, and you're going to laugh at this, I'm going to go for the appointment of Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool.
Okay.
I would change that history because, unfortunately, they've now had success and they're on the verge of winning the title with Klopp. I was quite harsh about Klopp in his first few years because I felt like he wasn't getting the criticism that maybe Pochettino was getting or Mourinho or Pep. And I was so annoyed that just because Klopp hugged his players and cheered in front of the fans that he wasn't getting criticised by the press as much. And that really annoyed me because the first 3 years he wasn't that great, let's be honest. You know, he'd lost every final that he got to with Liverpool. They weren't finishing in the top four regularly. And I was just getting really annoyed that the press seemed to give him a lot of favours over like Poch or Pep. And it was really winding me up. But then he's obviously built a team. It was a long-term project. And Liverpool fans are quite lucky that the board have given him that much time because I think if he was at Chelsea or City, he'd have been sacked after 2 seasons. And the fact that I've gone nearly 30 years not seeing Liverpool win a title since I've been born has been a blessing. And now, unfortunately, all the Liverpool fans are now coming out of their caves, out of nowhere. And they seem to think that they have, let's be honest, they've won the league. But when they're celebrating at Christmas time, you just think, oh my God, this is why they're the worst. And when he wins the title with Liverpool, it is, let's all be honest, it's going to be unbearable. It is going to be unbearable. I
mean, especially for me and you.
Every year since I've been born, I've had to listen to people say, next year's going to be our year. We're rebuilding. Next year's our year. And you just think, mate, it's not going to be your year. You're 6th. It's not going to be your year. Now, I'm a United fan, and I like to try and be optimistic, but I'm realistic. There's no way Ollie's going to win the league in the next 3 years. So I'm quite realistic. But Liverpool fans, oh, God, it's just going to be painful. It's going to be awful. You know, so I would change that. The fact that Jurgen Klopp has come in, he's won the Champions League, and as much as the Champions League is painful to listen to, that doesn't bother me because they don't want the Champions League win. It's great, but they are desperate for the Premier League because they've never won it. So the fact that I've not had to endure it for 30 odd years, and I'm unfortunately now going to have to endure it for the first time in my life, it's going to be unbearable. So I would change Jurgen Klopp's appointment at Liverpool, and I'd have made someone else go in there that wouldn't have done what he's done there, because it would have it would have saved football, and B, we won't have to endure it. Because I know Liverpool fans who message me every so often who never messaged me when they were sat 6th or 5th and Man United were top. They seem to be really quiet. But all of a sudden, they've just come out of their caves out of nowhere. You wouldn't think that they existed, but they've come out of nowhere, and you just think, right, okay. And you just have to listen to it going on and on and on. And you just think, oh my God. And there was a poll on TalkSport last season when they were on the verge of winning the league, and they bottled that to City. And the poll was, who are the most annoying fans in the UK? And Liverpool fans topped it. And also, there was a poll, who would you rather see win the league, City or Liverpool? And it was 82% City. So that tells you something. And honestly, it's just going to be unbearable. Do you know what? As much as I love Man United, and I think that we would win the Europa League, I'm quite confident that we would win it this season. And I was really happy with the progress we were making before the lockdown and everything stopped. Like I said, we'd won, 9 out of 11 games, I think it was, kept 8 clean sheets. So I thought we were picking up momentum with Bruno Fernandes. I would happily null and void the season, meaning Liverpool don't win the league, just so we don't have to listen to it. If it meant we didn't win the Europa League, fine by me. If it means we don't have to sit and listen to and endure it, I would take that. Absolutely take that, and just start afresh next season. I would absolutely 100 billion% take that, because it would all save us all the aggro of listening to it. So Jurgen Klopp's appointment, and that really should be a compliment to Liverpool fans. I know not a lot of them will take it as Liverpool fans because they'll moan and whinge, but a lot of them should take it as a compliment that I've picked Jurgen Klopp's appointment as a changer, because I think in the next 2 years...
How well he's done.
No, and how well he's done in the last 2 years, not the first 3. I honestly think that if and when Jurgen wins the Premier League title, I think in the next 2 to 3 years he'll have bigger offers, such as Barcelona and Madrid, and I think he'll leave. Because what else is there to win at Liverpool when he's already won it? That's just my view. So, yeah, that's my view. Do we agree with it or disagree with it?
No, I'd say I'd agree with it.
As a United fan, I understand it. I thought you might have said the Aguero goal.
No.
But I didn't think that you were going to say something like that. So
no, because I think as much as iconic as it is, and as much as it's painful when it happened, because we'd won the title, then it was snatched off us. That Aguero goal then helped move Sir Alex build a better team, like bring in Van Persie for us to win the title the following season. So I think Jurgen Klopp's appointment is definitely the one I would change, because any other manager wouldn't have done what he's done there, I don't think. And also,
they've had a massive blow up.
And if he was at Chelsea or City, he'd have been sacked in the first 3 years for not winning anything. So I think Jurgen Klopp has been very lucky to be given time and the money. Everyone seems to forget he has spent a lot of money as well. People seem to forget that. People keep going on about how United have spent loads of money and City have spent loads and Chelsea. People seem to forget how much old Clippity Klopp has spent as well. So, remember Benteke was at Liverpool. I think he spent nearly 40 million on him. And that was a disaster. So I think I get really annoyed when the media and people seem to forget things he spent or his failings, all because he hugs and cheers and kisses players. And he's doing this in front of the fans. And he gets so off lightly with the FA when he's screaming in officials' faces. Yet Jose gets a touchline ban if he does it. It just really winds me up how much Klopp gets away with it. Right, we've only got 10 minutes on the timer. So are we all in agreement with mine? Klopp's appointment at Liverpool?
I get it from your perspective. For the Premier League, I think it's been really good, but I understand it from your perspective.
Oh, man. So, Elliot, yes or no? Would you, if you had the choice, turn back time, forget about your one, and and change Liverpool's appointment of Jurgen Klopp?
Wow, I don't have this thing against Liverpool like you two do, so probably not.
Yeah, but then if you changed it, then that means Tottenham would finish higher than Liverpool, would they not?
Maybe Tottenham would have won the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's a very
I
big
don't
if.
know. I don't know. I don't know. I've been watching Liverpool this year. They've been sensational to watch. So yeah.
Yeah, they have been. And that's why I would change Jurgen Klopp's appointment, so they didn't win the league. Elliot, you must have Liverpool fans that just are completely deluded in everything they say regarding Liverpool.
Ah, of course, but I find it funny.
It is funny. It is funny.
It is funny.
It's funny to a point, and then it starts getting agitating. Do you not think? Do you not think to yourself, "Oh God, save myself the hassle, not have to listen to it"?
I don't know. I don't know about you, but if I'm watching a game of football, obviously I don't just watch my team, so I'm happy to watch anything. So
yeah, I'm the same, just not
know.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Wow, there you go.
And I think Liverpool fans would say the same about United.
Well, there's another reason.
Oh dear.
I'd rather not have that handball.
I'm so disappointed.
Liverpool, I'll tell you that.
I agree with you, Elliot. I 100% agree with you on that as well. But I also agree that we don't want Klopp at Liverpool because that means Liverpool are going to be successful.
Fair point.
Well, this is awkward.
All right, so
show us your guns.
So I think...
how?
Oh, no.
I think we all agree then that... I think we all majority agree on what we've said. Should we agree on that?
Yeah.
Partially.
Apart from Elliot would like to see Klopp and Liverpool win the league, and he wants Kane to shoot.
The latter. I'm not sure about the first bit.
Oh dear me! I think I've taken. I think I've passed my baton of controversial role to Elliot now. I think.
I don't know. I think I'm looking at it from a neutral perspective.
What's neutral? You're an England fan, aren't you? Just pass the ball.
Anti-England.
We should have scored anyway.
Oh dear, Rhyss.
Oh, we're not getting back to this bit, but
No, let's not get into it because that's going to take a long time to debate. Elliot, there's been one thing completely going off topic because we've only got 6 minutes left. Is that your office or your room?
No, it's like a games room / study. Yeah.
Can you give us a tour of it? I've been meaning to say, let's have a look.
All right, hold on, certainly. My rubbish in it.
I really want to have a look around it. I've been meaning to ask you.
Right, hang on a minute. Let me. Where's the camera? There it is. Right, so this is my rig that I bought, right, which normally goes in here. So this is where I play my games, this is where I do my work. My PlayStation, my Xbox, my shirts, my carden's over there. Computer.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is that designated to you or?
Yeah, because only my mum and dad and me who live here, so.
That's amazing.
But yeah, and then I'll show you. My room is there, so I just move across here at 2 o'clock in the morning. They don't know. Nice and quiet.
That is amazing.
Yeah. And then at night, I've got some lights under here, and it goes all multicoloured. Yeah,
So,
all snazzy.
I've got that as well in my bedroom, but I don't know if I should admit that or not. We bought it on Sunday. That's really funny you say that. I don't know if I should admit that or not.
No, they're really cool. I don't know. I've got it. Can you see that?
Yeah,
yeah.
They're the exact same lights.
Yeah.
They can change like blue, red, yellow, multicoloured.
Mm.
Yeah, we've got the same lights. So I don't know if I should admit that or not.
Yeah, they know if I'm in here, they're not going to hear from me for a fair long time. I spend most of my days in here.
That office is wicked. I like that room.
Thank you. Well, as soon as my brother moved out, I was like, right. Because there is another room that we have like mum and dad's room, my room, and a spare room now. And then the fourth bedroom is I turned into I claimed it. I was like, right, I want a games room / study.
That's amazing.
This is the one. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I've been meaning to ask you. Let's have a look around your office. I didn't know if it was your office or your room or what.
Yeah. Wow. during uni days, it's a office, but during out of hours, it's a games room.
A leisure room.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Rhys, I would say let's look at your room, but it's probably a tip.
Yeah, my room is a tip at the moment, so we might have to do that next episode.
I'll show you my office. Here's my cart. Done.
Mate, I'll show you. I don't know if you know, I live right by some sheep. I'll show you. The sheep is like, they're in there somewhere. Oh, there. Can you see them?
Yeah, so
I can see him.
I think I saw some bird poo on your window.
There is a massive bird film. What is that on? What day is it today? Like Tuesday, maybe. But, yeah.
That's funny. All right, I'm going to end the video then. Are you two taking part in the quiz later?
Yeah, as long as it goes ahead.
All right, perfect. Well,
I won't try to get any minus points this time.
We've got a video with Coach John later. Are you both in there? 7 p.m.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Speak to you later.
Sweet. Adios.
Bye.